Hello everybody, Stallions, and some Jackboy here, bringing you guys the first episode to my Borderlands 2 E-Tech Weapons Guide. Now, a lot of you guys might be a little confused on what's going on. You're probably thinking, why in the heck are you starting a Borderlands 2 series and all of a sudden doing Borderlands 2 videos? And you're also probably thinking, why start off with an E-Tech Weapons Guide? Well, if you guys may have noticed, in my intros and outros, it says inspired by Yodislay. And Yodislay was an amazing YouTuber. I'm saying was because he passed away about a year ago, and guys, it was the most devastating thing ever in my life, and for a lot of people it was, because he was a great inspiration to a lot of people, not just me, to a lot of people in the Borderlands community and the Zombies community, because he did content on both Borderlands 2 and Call of Duty Zombies. So this E-Tech Guide series is something that he was going to start, but sadly never got to. So you can kind of say that I'm continuing his legacy a little bit, but I really don't want to put it that way. I'm just starting something he never got to start. I wouldn't say I'm continuing his legacy, but I wanted to do this because, you know, it's just something he never got to do, and I feel like I should carry that out for him. So here is the first episode to my Borderlands 2 E-Tech Weapons Guide. Now in this episode I'm going to be covering the Spiker, which is a type of E-Tech pistol within Borderlands 2. And if you guys did not know, E-Tech weapons are different from the Iridian weapons in Borderlands 1 in that E-Techs are manufactured by almost every manufacturer in the game except for Jacobs and Torg, with the exception of the Sword Explosion, which is a unique E-Tech shotgun. Now the E-Tech pistols are manufactured by Hyperion, Malawan, Tedior, Dahl, Vladov, and Bandit. So I did go out there and collect each of these for you guys just to show you the different traits that come with each manufacturer, and just kind of the difference, and tell you guys which one I think is the best. But anyway, as you can see on the screen, I have a Dahl manufactured Spiker. Now with each of these E-Techs I'm about to show you guys, the prefix for you may change. It might be the same variation as mine, or you might get a different variation, but you're always going to get some variation of the Spiker. So first things first, just to kind of get this out of the way for you guys out there that you know, are wondering how to get these E-Techs in the first place. Well, they're pretty much random. There's not really a specific boss that you have to go kill to get a specific E-Tech. They're all random and can be found pretty much anywhere within Borderlands 2. They can be found in a loot chest, they can be found off an enemy, although that is quite rare. One of the best places you can find them is, you know, the Sanctuary loot chest, the golden chest. And you know, there's other places like Digistruct Peak. You know, the chest there that you Digistruct, you have to pay Iridium. They have a pretty good chance of having E-Techs. I will eventually show you guys a pretty good way of getting these E-Techs. But anyway, as you can see, I am showing gameplay off of the Dahl Spiker. Like I said, I'm going to be showing gameplay of each of the different Spikers, each being a different manufacturer. Now really quickly, I'm going to read a little bit of the characteristics section here on the wiki for the E-Tech pistols. It says these pistols shoot projectiles that are slow moving, stick to enemies, and explode after a delay. There is no immediate feedback regarding whether a shot has hit, since the damage number only pops up when the round explodes. An important note is that their high damage statistics are offset by the fact that neither type of weapon is able to cause critical hits. Also of note is that these guns will ignore the shields carried by some nomads. Now I did forget to mention that there are two types of E-Tech pistols. I am of course covering the Spikers, but there are also the darts. I will cover that in the next episode, but reading under the Spiker section, it says shoots projectiles that stick to enemies and surfaces. Fire rate is higher compared to those of darts, and projectiles are not homing. The Spiker's brand specific weapon bonuses are the same as the darts weapon bonuses. Now taking a look at this gameplay footage, as you can see, the Spiker's not doing that much damage at all really, and the enemy health regen is just overpowering the damage that I'm doing. So it's you know, I'm doing damage, and then they pretty much regenerate the damage that I dealt. So you know, these E-Tech pistols are just not my favorite, guys. You know, they're probably one of my least favorite E-Techs that you can get in this game, but you know, nonetheless, I'm still going to be covering, you know, each of these different E-Techs. There are really good E-Techs out there, like the E-Tech SMGs, and I honestly can't wait to cover those for you guys. But as you can see in this gameplay, I got a legendary loot midget rat to spawn. He just came out of nowhere, and honestly guys, I've never seen a loot midget rat before. At least I don't remember seeing one ever before. But as you can see, I'm going to kill it here in a second, and guess what it drops? Look at that, a freaking legendary. It dropped a madhouse, and guys, I couldn't believe this. That's why I wanted to show you this here before we moved on to the other variations that you can get of this the E-Tech Spikers. But guys, it's freaking crazy. He dropped a madhouse, and I didn't end up picking it up here because my inventory was full, but I did end up picking it up after I died here, because I think I died here in this footage because these things are just so darn bad. But anyway, I should say before moving on that the doll really has not really any bonuses except for the fact that it does have the burst fire while zoomed. We all know that that's doll's main special effect, is that their guns do burst fire while zoomed. Anyway, let's move on to the Hyperion Spiker. Now, as you can see, I do have the Hyperion Spiker equipped, and the bonuses for having a Hyperion E-Tech pistol is that they have boosted accuracy, capacity of 20 rounds, and firing increases accuracy. That's just a standard Hyperion bonus. So there's not really a whole lot that's special about the Hyperion Spikers. The accuracy is really pretty good though, because it's kind of hard to tell if you're actually hitting enemies with these darts. And I'm just not a big fan of the fact that they explode after a delay. It's just, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of that. And also, you can't even get critical hits with these things. That's so stupid. Like, that's probably why you're not even doing a whole lot of damage. I was actually aiming for the head a whole lot, and I didn't even realize you can't get a critical hit. So that's, in my opinion, that's a really stupid thing. They should have at least changed that with a patch or something. I don't know. I'm not sure if the same goes for the darts, which is the other type of Hyperion, or other type of E-Tech pistols I'm going to be covering. Like I said, I'll cover those in the next episode. Also, something I kind of forgot to mention earlier, I should have mentioned earlier, but with each of these different E-Tech Spikers I'm showing you guys, with all of them, I start out with the sham, and then I switch to the B eventually in the footage. But as you can see, I just switched to the B. I was using the sham, and look at this. I'm trying to kill this gravedigger with this thing, and it's just not doing a whole lot of damage. It took quite a while to kill this guy, a lot longer than it really needed to. But I don't know. It's really hard to keep the B shield up. I apologize if I really suck with the B shield here, because when I go in Gunzerk, you can't aim down the sights, and you kind of have to get up close, and the enemies tear you up when you're up close, so it's hard to keep that B shield up, and I apologize if I suck balls with it. But anyway, let's move on to the Maliwan E-Tech Spiker. Now, the Maliwan variation of the E-Tech Spiker uses a Maliwan revolver frame, which inherits high damage but low capacity. Now, my opinion about this variation, in my opinion, the Maliwan variation is my least favorite. I don't know. You'd think it'd be pretty good because, these things always spawn as elemental. You'd think that the Maliwan variation would have like good damage over time or something like that, but it really doesn't, guys. And I switched over to the B shield here to kind of test the difference, and there's really not much of a noticeable difference. I had a hard time killing this Nomad Crusher with the sham, so that's why I ended up switching to the B shield. Kind of in mid-combat while I was fighting him. Normally I wouldn't do that, but it's just I was having such a hard time, and I didn't end up showing it because it just took a while. But anyway, yeah, like I said, this is my least favorite variation of the E-Tech Spiker. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Let's move on to the next one we have, and that is the Bandits Biker. Now, the bonuses that come with using a Bandit variation of the E-Tech Spiker is it has a high round capacity, pretty much the standard Bandit bonus. So just like most of the E-Tech pistols, in my opinion, this one isn't very good. As you can see, I do have a shock version of this thing, and obviously that's good against shields, but look at this. It's taking so freaking long, almost all my ammo to kill this one badass caustic Goliath. So it's, I don't know, if you have a shock version of an E-Tech pistol, an E-Tech Spiker, then just use it for the shields and then pull out something else, but don't try to kill enemies with it. It's just not worth it. Now I end up switching to the B right here, and try taking on this Nomad Crusher, but it doesn't really work out. Like I said, for me it's hard to keep the B shield up. Maybe it's because I haven't used it for a while. I haven't really played a whole lot of Borderlands 2 until recently. I had to get my Gunzerker to overpower level 8 so I could start this series for you guys and show you the true potential of these E-Techs. And so far with these E-Tech Spikers, this doesn't seem like their true potential. It seems like their lowest potential, and that's not a good thing at all. But anyway, let's move on to the Hyperion Spiker. Now, with the Hyperion variation of the Spiker, there's nothing real special about this one other than, it just has the standard Hyperion bonus. You throw it as a grenade when you reload. Now, this is also one of my least favorite E-Tech Spikers because of the fact that I was running out of ammo really quickly with this thing. I noticed I had to go around and scavenge for ammo a lot because I was reloading the gun with the magazine almost completely full most of the time. And, of course that uses up a lot of the ammo. The fuller the magazine with a Hyperion, when you reload it, the more damage you do, but also the more ammo it uses up. So, I noticed I was constantly having to reload it and throw it at enemies to try to get more damage because of, the bullets itself weren't even doing a whole lot of damage. So that's why I was using up ammo really quickly. So the Hyperion version, in my opinion, is one of the worst because of the fact that the damage is so poor, and when you just kind of have to resort to just throwing it and relying on that explosive damage, and that's not a good thing because the ammo just goes down a lot quicker. But anyway, moving on to the Vladof E-Tech Spiker. So last but not least, we have the Vladof variation of the Spiker. Now, this one has a high rate of fire, standard Vladof bonus. The fire rate is still less than half of the standard Vladof pistol, however. I'd have to say this one's probably my favorite because it's just fun. I had a good time recording this footage, and it's not good or anything. All the E-Tech Spikers are downright terrible in my opinion, but I just had a good time recording this one, and I'm just a fan of Vladof pistols in general, I guess. But anyway, guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for the first episode of my Borderlands 2 E-Tech Weapons Guide. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for more. And really fast, do you guys think I should stick with this format of showing you, each of the different E-Techs with each of the different manufacturers, or do you think I should just show you like one of the E-Techs, doesn't matter what manufacturer, and just kind of cover it from there? What do you guys think? Just let me know, what you think should be changed. And I didn't really know how Yodi would have put this together. I'm pretty sure he would have done it like this. Like I said, let me know what you guys think needs to be changed, or maybe you think it should just stay the way it is. Like I said, just let me know, and I'll be sure to kind of go off of your guys' suggestions. Anyway, that'll pretty much wrap it up. Like I said, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'm out of here. Peace!